I'm recording. Okay. So here is your, let me make sure I'm in y'all's class. Intermediate. Yes, intermediate. Okay, so for those of you at home, obviously you know that you get an announcement every day. I'm gonna turn the lights off, so bear with me for a second. Okay, so everybody at home, all my virtual people, you should be going to the announcements and you should click on Thursday. And on Thursday, you obviously, if you're joining us live, you found the link. The link will always be here. Today's recording will be here later today by fourth period today. What my intermediate, what everybody's doing, whether you're face-to-face or virtual, you're going to be starting this assignment labeled You. This is a project. And you're going to be working on it today, tomorrow. I might even extend it till next week. So it might not be due Friday. I think I'm going to take that away because this is actually like a project and not like a daily type of thing to do. So I'm going to go to that module and tell you what your first project is. Remind me to change the due date because I don't want to like pressure y'all with that. I think I might get out of the module, so because it seems better. It's easier for me to show y'all things when I upload it from my drive instead of the module. But it is in. Well, hold on. I want to tell you about creativity first. Let me do this first. Okay, so this is, you know, you don't need to take notes or anything. I just like to get you thinking about different things. This is a little presentation on creativity because you're in intermediate art, which is, you know, basically kind of like art 2. So we're getting out of the everybody's doing a cookie cutter, everybody's doing a value strip, everybody's, you know, shading an apple or stippling it. I mean, you're going to be doing things that are more about you and, you know, what direction you want to go, what media do you want to work in. Some people, you know, are very pencil value-y. Some people like, you know, paint or markers or color pencils and stuff. So, you know, I just wanted to get you thinking about creativity, thinking outside of the box, not doing something that looks just, you know, like everybody else's. Oh, fancy. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. This is the late Maya Angelou, who, by the way, is from North Carolina. She taught at Wake Forest University. So we have lots of famous people and lots of talented poets. She's a poet and an activist. You probably have heard of her. That's a great quote. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. So, and that's kind of true. So creativity is a phenomenon whereby something new and valuable is created. That's important because you want to be original, right? You want to be original. You're an original being. So creativity is coming up with something new. That's so important now in any job, any career field you go into. We don't need the wheel reinvented. We need new ideas, new designs, new thoughts. All of that comes from creativity. Ideas, jokes, artistic designs and drawings and paintings, literary work, music composition. It all is creativity. All the music beats that you listen to and, you know, different songs and stuff like that, if they weren't, even, you know, sometimes they might do a little sample, you know, from something, you know, vintage or old, but if they weren't original, what would be the point of listening to them? So, you know, anytime we're talking about creativity, you can also apply that to music, anything. So many computers, don't know where to go. So, you know, what I like for you guys to start thinking about is outside of the box. What hasn't been done? how else can I show that? Like back when you were in elementary school, if you wanted to show the sun, here it is up here in the little corner, you know, and so as you grow, you start thinking outside of the box, like this little simple designed bookshelf. So now, instead of having books typically on a bookshelf, taking up a whole bunch of room and this big heavy thing, you know, this just very simple welded, hey, you see how I brought it into welding? Little simple welded, you know, metal joint and a couple of, you know, wall mount screws. Anyway, presents these books in a total different way, not taking up a lot of room. You could have them up high. You're thinking outside the box. For most of you, you're upperclassmen, you're going to be graduating, you're going to be going into careers. You're going to have creativity. You're going to have to succeed is to be original, to come up with new ideas, push the limits. Nobody needs something that's already existing. Nobody needs that. You know, and I'm just kind of show you some creativity in all different aspects. This is, you know, a edible arrangement. Do you know what type of animal that is? An owl. Okay, so let's say you are a what do you call it? A caterer, okay, or you own your own business and you do weddings or baby showers and stuff like that. And what's going to set you apart is how sometimes how creative things are. We could have easily made a veggie tray and a fruit tray, and I'm sure that if you were presenting this, you would have it so you could, you know, eat it. But you know, push the limit. Like they've created an owl based on a cantaloupe, cucumbers, watermelon, you know, kale. I'm not quite sure what's all there, but push the limits, put your thought process. The only reason I'm showing you this is because you're not going to be in school forever. You're not going to have somebody say, hey, I want it this way and it has to be this way. You're going to have to stand out in whatever you do, whether you go to school or not. Look at me on a little soapbox today. And then obviously, you know, this image is here. You know, obviously we don't have lions, you know, jumping out of the water, you know, dolphin, you know, clearly you normally have a dolphin there, but in art, you know, we like to think outside the box. We want to make things for people to look at. You know, this lion right here grabs your, you know, you might linger at this image a little bit longer than you would this dolphin jumping out of the water. We've already seen that. We've already seen 1,000, you know, images of a dolphin. If I was trying to make an advertisement or something and I want to like, maybe I'm doing an advertisement for, you know, a type of life vest or something, you know, this would capture somebody's eye that might be looking for, you know, something that they could wear when they were wakeboarding and, you know, move like a lion. I'm just making things up off the top of my head, but I'm just trying to show you, you know, you take the dolphin out and you are allured a little bit more into this image. Creativity. Why do I keep touching that computer? Okay, if you've had me before, we might have to get you in a little bit, but if you've had me before, we've done the whole left brain, right brain. Everybody remember the left brain, right brain, and then your brain also is broken up into many parts. The brain is so complicated. You know, you have your analytical part. This is the one that you use every day from the minute you were in kindergarten, from 5 years old till now, until forever. Your analytical side is your left side of your brain. That's the side that is, you know, keeping yourself organized in your classes, your math classes, chemistry, depending on the classes. This is the part that, you know, can take information in and you're sitting in class and, you know, the teacher's lecturing and you can kind of already realize, you know, what I need to write down. Oh, well that, you know, her voice kind of raised up. That's kind of cluing me in that, you know, I might need to write this down. That's all your analytical side. You look for patterns. It's everything that makes you know that typically, you know, when you're walking somewhere, you typically walk on the right side. Same with driving, you know, I mean, like it's all all the rules, it's all the norms that you know how to be. The curious side of your brain, this gets more into your right side of your brain. It's more my favorite side of the brain. The curious part of your brain, that's the side that asks why. Okay, back to the brain thing. Remember, you got a left side and a right side. The right side, well, I was going to show my other slide, but I'm not. The right side is, yeah, I am, because not everybody has had me before, and I do just want to show this in addition to what I'm showing you because it makes perfectly good sense. So hold on, y'all, virtually. Some of you have seen this and some of you haven't, but I do just want to show it again because it's such a powerful image. The left and the right side of the brain. And, you know, we've been out of school since March. And, you know, we all need a little review sometimes on, you know, how our brain works. So here again, remember I was just talking about analytical, you know, that analytical part of your brain. You got the left side of your brain. You got your right side of your brain. Which side looks a little bit more artistic and creative? The right. Okay, so the right side. This side is very, I mean, you can even tell in the background, it's got graph paper. The left side of the brain is very ordered, just like I was telling you about with the analytical side. This is the side that tells you, I walk on the right-hand side, I got, you know, the bell's gonna ring, you know, in 5 minutes, I've got 3 minutes to get there. You know, this is the side that's thinking and it's order. It likes order and structure, and it's everything that you've learned since you went to kindergarten. Before you went to kindergarten, this side of your brain, the right side of your brain, was running wild. That side of your brain is the side that, you know, made you get up and put on a zebra patterned shirt and polka dotted pants, and or, you know, this side, this right side of your brain was what you were using until you were about 5 years old. So remember when you were little, you know, you were wild, you were carefree, you might have ran out of the house without anything on. Think back to your siblings that, you know, they're just carefree, they have no fear. It's everywhere. You go to kindergarten and then all of a sudden this starts slowly, you know, shutting down. This is the side the kindergarten teacher tells you, oh, we're going to walk single file line. We're not going to talk. We're going to raise our hand. We got rules. And then here you are now in high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. And this is all you know. You know that, you know, so-and-so teacher wants your name on this side, and you know, all these teachers have all these rules how they want their papers presented and stuff like this. Your whole life now consists right here in art, intermediate art. This is what we want to wake up. So I just wanted to show you that image very, very quickly because it's so powerful, and I'm going to take us right back to creativity. Look at me streamlining. So left side of your brain, analytical. The curious side, the curious part of your brain, that's the side that says, why? Look, think back to if you have any siblings that are younger, what do they ask you all the time? Why? They're curious, their right brain, all they're doing is using their right brain. The expressive side, still your right brain. The expressive side is you wanting to, you know, tell something, to show something. Your sensual side, that's the side that you might not want to admit it, you know, you're watching a movie, it could even be The Lion King, you might get a little emotional, and you might feel silly for, you know, having a little tear or whatever, but, you know, that's your sensual side. Things, you know, you might see a beautiful flower and, you know, your sensual side, which we don't develop a lot either sometimes, especially, you know, sometimes some people feel like they can't. All of that is your right side of the brain, and that's all what we want to be expressing in creativity. So things, you know, you want to think about, and we do this is what I do in art. We do this, I've done this in art one, you know, what if I had an eye on my, you know, on the end of my finger, or if my nose was on the top of the head, or if all clouds had, you know, you got to think outside the box. Creativity. This comes from you. You can't, nobody can teach you to these things. They just pop out of your head. All those random thoughts, that's creativity. You don't want to be anybody but you. I'm gonna stop it here because I just said you don't want to be anybody but you, because I want to explain your next project. And we're going to be going to lunch in like 10 minutes, which is plenty of time for me to explain the project. But I wanted to stop that on you because your project, your first project that you're going to work on and be working on is sorry, trying to be streamlined. Okay. Here it is. I'm going to try to hide the image. Oh, no. Can I? Why can't I show this full? Okay, hold on. Bear with me, y'all. It doesn't give me a present button. Let me back this up. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so you, it's all about you. That's, I mean, I like everything to be about me, so this should be good for everybody. I'm gonna hide the examples for right this second. Okay, the you starter kit. Let's say someone wants to be you. What do they need for that? Do they need to dress a certain way, watch a certain movie, listen or obsess over certain music, certain social media accounts? So in your sketchbooks, you know, on paper, you know, I don't, you know, I want to at least like 8.5 by 11. In your sketchbooks, you will draw you. You can draw objects, logos, words that illustrate all of your interests, parts of your personality. You can overlap drawings in a doodle form. You can shade your objects to add form. Because keep in mind, you're an art intermediate, so I don't want it to look like everybody else's. You're basically making a collage about you, okay? You know, is your name in it? I mean, it needs to be, imagine if somebody came to you and said, I want you to make a flag that represents you. You know, if your family, your friends, anybody in your life, if all of these were laid out on a desk, they'd be like, I can tell from way over there, you know, that's, you know, yours. That's what I want. You could draw them. Oh, okay, that's another thing. Think composition. We're in intermediate art. Is it all kind of like laid out like you've just made a bulletin board about yourself? Or, you know, is it very organized? Is it in some sort of timeline? Like, do you start with, you know, do you do it like a pie chart? I mean, there's so many different ways that you can organize these images, these drawings, these things that are you. So you're gonna be sketching in pencil first. Hopefully those of you that are virtual, you can come back in and, you know, add some color in, or maybe you do it all in pencil value and then just, you know, do colors in certain places. Think back to all the projects we've done or you've done in other classes. What's worked well for you. I'm going to show you, you know, I don't like typically showing you examples because I don't want you to think that's, you know, how, you know, you should do this, but I do want to give you a little bit of example. You know, maybe you treat it like a magazine cover. Like maybe you now, or, you know, you have a magazine, it comes out, you're a celebrity and you got a magazine coming out, you know, what would be on the cover that advertised you? I'm gonna pull this back over and I'm just trying to get it so everybody can see. So like, this is just an example. This isn't, there's no right or wrong. Okay, good. Okay, good, everybody's still plugged in. You know, this particular person, there we go. You know, apparently like Bravo, the television channel Bravo. Also think, you know, you've got to draw that, like that Bravo logo. If you know Bravo, I mean, that's exactly what, you know, the Bravo logo looks like. There's images of their dogs. There's, you know, the teams that they like. They're, you know, from, is that Missouri? You know, maybe you've got this. What are your visual identities that represent you? This you should be all about because this is you. If you were making a poster for you, you've got a movie coming out, it's about you. What's that poster going to look like? What are things, how can you show somebody visually you? Okay. And then how are you going to arrange that in a composition? These are things you need to think about. This isn't something that is going to be done today. We're going to be working on this. I'm going to push the due date back. I don't know. I think I had to just put a due date there very quickly. I want you to brainstorm. I want you to look up resources. You know, just, you might start with a list. We've done similar things like this. You might want to start a list of things that you're obsessed with. There's so many things, you know, this also helps me get to know you. I'll try to work on one as well. Now that, you know, our times are different and we're not all in the class together. I have a little bit more time. How can you visually show me you? All right, this is what we're working on. This is your first project. I want it hopefully to be, you know, hopefully you got an 8.5, you know, piece of paper at home to start working on this. Start with pencil, but don't take that piece of paper and be like, okay, this is my you know, draw stuff first and then figure out where you're going to put it. Trace it, you know, at home, you can hold it up to the light, trace it onto another sheet of paper. I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to obviously talk about it a little bit more. You can email me. Please email me. Please email me if you want to talk to me. Those of you that are home and you can't shoot out ideas, you know, email me and say, hey, I want to Zoom later today. I want to talk to you about, you know, what I want to do. Use all of these things that we have going on to help, like you were right here in this room, like me and you in this room. We can do it through Zoom, okay? If you guys have any questions, please email me. I'm going to stop recording today because this is what I want you working on. And email me, and let's see if you, yeah. And I'll post this recording in today underneath the Zoom link. All right, bye y'all.